Hey, Wesley, he's coming around behind you.
Yeah, that was a deep right there.
I don't change. Gave you the little juke. All right. So back out. Another good day. I mean, we're getting more and more reps for the guys, and today we did some red zone, which was good. Tomorrow will be a good day to come out because there's going to be some live. So it'll be we'll do some short yardage, some goal line, and some different aspects situationally, and we'll make it live and see how it goes.
When you say live, you're talking about media rushing the kickers?
Do y'all want to? We can do it if you want. That would be a story, wouldn't it? That might make SportsCenter.
Look, Matt, you talked to
Huh?
No more leaping?
No, it's illegal. You know that. You trying to trick me?
1 inch leap.
Yeah.
You talked a lot about Mitch and his accuracy, putting receivers in positions to gain yards after the catch. Specifically with his ball placement, how has he done?
He's doing well. He's not where we want him to be yet. He knows that. But I think right now the best part for us is just that we're getting a lot of different looks, and we're moving people around in different spots, and we're just watching him grow. He's leaps and bounds further than he was last year, and now, you know, we know what he likes, and so we're just trying to put it into action.
Now, what's the latest on Steven Denmark and what's keeping him out?
For Steven, it was his ankle, and I think there'll be a little bit of time yet. He's not too close, but it's nothing that I'm real concerned about.
It looked like
Yeah, so he was back out today for a little bit. He's definitely getting closer, and again, I'm going to be cautious with him because I want to make sure that you know, when he is out here, he feels good and he feels 100%.
So he didn't tweak anything. The plan was for him to go through stretch and individual stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, no. He did everything we wanted him to do today. Nothing was he didn't do it because.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kareth White?
So Kareth did his let me check, his hamstring. Yeah, his hamstring, and then he had a foot sprain. So with him, we want to make sure that we're doing the right thing. So it might be just a little bit of time.
Matt, you know.
Did Eddie, today wasn't Eddie's day, was it? Or no?
Pinheiro.
Yeah.
It was?
Yeah.
Wasn't he the last one to kick too?
Boy, yeah, now you're throwing a curveball at me, but I just listen to Tabor. Whoever he says, that's who we go with.
We'll ask him.
Yeah, but he missed the 50-yarder, right? 55, and he hit the 60. He was 7 of 8, and then he hit the one in the team period.
Matt, you were able to see how good that defense was last year under Vic, and a lot of the players returned, but there's still that question mark when you're losing Vic and bringing Chuck in. What have you seen in terms of them playing up to that same level in camp?
I've seen a lot, and in a good way. I love what we did last year, but that was last year. This is a new era for our team, and for this season coming up. These guys, these players, not just the coaches, but the players have higher expectations. And I think for them, as long as they listen to what Chuck and his staff are doing, I think you guys are going to see some pretty good stuff. Is it going to happen week 1? I don't know. Hopefully it does. But I really feel good with where they're at. I will say this. Coming into this training camp, they're way past where I thought they were going to be. Just take that for what it's worth.
When you guys go back and evaluate these practices, does it make it any more challenging to look at your offense considering the talent they're going up against every day?
Yeah. Ryan and I were just talking about that. I don't think there's another defense in the NFL that I'd rather go against in practice every day. And these guys fly around, they do different things. It makes us better. But see, the balance now is making sure that me, as a head coach, that if there's any frustration with the offense because of some different things we're seeing, that we don't get frustrated, and make that affect the next play. And our offense has done a good job with that, so it's going to continue. When you get into the preseason, it's all orange bags. It's just vanilla, so it's a lot easier, but it's definitely challenging.
Now, you've talked since January, obviously, about avoiding complacency with this team, but on the flip side of that, how do you keep a team from being wound too tight or maybe getting too pressure on themselves?
Well, because we talk about it all season, that there's no pressure for us. We don't feel that because we're dealing with this process of not looking ahead, and when you start putting expectations as to you got to do this or you got to do that, you're in trouble. We know what the goal is, but what's the process, and they're trusting. And so I don't have any concerns with our team. We don't play tight. We just don't. That's who we are, and we don't coach tight. We don't play tight. If we do, we learn from it. But the personalities we have on this team doesn't allow it.
Matt, what are some of the things that you and the staff did throughout the spring and to now to make sure Mitch captured the positives from the end of that playoff game and applied them going forward, even though you guys didn't win, just some of the things he did at the end?
Yeah, we talked about really the second half in that Eagles game. of just how everything was on time. It was in rhythm. That the word trust just kept popping up with all of his wide receivers. And I think, you know, for losing that game, you have to look at the positives. That was the biggest positive, was that his growth. And so, you know, making sure that we take that to the next level. And I think right now, you know, we're taking baby steps to it, but he's really close. And again, we won't know until we get to week 1. But I feel like this year you're going to see, you know, pretty good growth from him as the year goes on.
So when you guys get in the late game comeback type situation, what do you know you can expect from him now because of
Confidence. Confidence. Yep.
Matt, what's the value of camp for a rookie or draft pick? And how do you measure their growth from day to day?
Yeah, you do. It's such limited reps for these young guys. They're going to see quite a bit of reps now in the preseason, which is going to be great. And I've mentioned that to you guys before. And what I look for is, are they making the same mistake twice? There's a mental game to this, the mental side. And you can, you know, we talk about executing, and don't execute yourself off the team, you know. And so make sure that that you're able to come out here, know your job, know your responsibility. You're not going to make every catch, but mentally, are you staying within this playbook? And that's really all sides.
You have so few healthy draft picks.
Mhm.
3. Does that bring them closer together, or does that make them more a bigger part of the group when there are so few guys kind of in the same boat? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's I don't know. You'd have to ask them that, but I think right now that the draft class we have, they're all really high character guys, and they get it. So there's going to be these injuries, but I know Riley Ridley right now, just using him as an example, he's doing everything in his power to get back. But we're going to have to hold him back so that when he comes back, he doesn't re-injure it.
Matt, as you've with Burden missing a portion of the offseason program now, with Shaheen having his injury, how have you been able to read the tight end depth and, you know, stepping guys into those roles?
Well, we know what Trey can do. Having his injury over the offseason and coming back, it's going to take a little bit of time just for him to feel 100%. I feel like he's pretty close. And then conditioning as well. With Adam, the same thing. He was really arrow up going into last year's preseason, and then he had that bad injury. And now here we are, and he hasn't been out here a whole lot. So we got to get him back on track. But the depth for the tight ends, we know what we're looking for from them. And so when we put on the tape, whatever that is, we're able to evaluate it because of having 80 not getting a lot of reps with Trey, and 87 not being out here. These other guys are getting reps, and now we can judge them. So I think the preseason is going to be huge.
Who stood out in that tight end group too?
I think off the bat, number one, transitioning from tackle to tight end, Bradley's done a good job. But of the younger guys, they're all doing really well. I think Ian Bunting is a guy that has some nice size, and it's going to be, when we start going live and we strap it up, can he hold the point, and what can he do? But mentally, they've all been really good, and they're good kids.
For Brad to be making that transition, he said he worked so hard in this offseason. Are you seeing that, and is he kind of developing as quickly as you imagined?
He's probably doing a little bit better than what I imagined. I was not concerned at all of him getting down to the weight that he wanted to get down to. I knew he'd work hard. Anytime Bradley Soul says he didn't play a round of golf in 5 weeks, he's working hard. So I knew that. You could see it. He's thinner. He kept his strength. And the kid wants it more than anybody. So as long as you have that, we're going to be patient with it and take some. The kid, he's running routes. You know, he's an offensive tackle, and he's doing good. So I'm really looking forward to what he does in these preseason games, and it's going to be a big preseason for him.
Thanks, man.
All right. Yep. See you.
I wasn't wrong. Eddie was the last to
Top of my list.
Hey, Chris.
Hey guys,
How we doing?
good.
Was,
Fire away, go ahead.
Was today not supposed to be Eddie's day? Didn't he go last?
He did go last, but we just came off a day off, so we changed it up. That was all planned.
Why change it up?
Why not? Because I mean, that's how it's going to be. That way, there's going to be days where a guy has to go back-to-back days, and I want to rotate that properly.
In your mind, is there a guy that has an edge right now of the two? Is there somebody, whether you reveal it or not, but in your mind, is there somebody?
No, they're kicking well.
Chris, what are your plans for Saturday night and having both guys at Soldier Field?
Having both compete at Soldier.
What do you want to see?
Just make their kicks. Make their kicks and be a different environment for them, so see how they respond to that, and just keep evaluating them from there.
What
How
do you
pleased
like
are you?
about
How
the way
pleased
that
are you
they
so far with what's happened in the conversation?
I'm sorry, what's that?
How pleased are you with what you've seen so far to this point?
Well, they're attacking each and every day, one at a time. So I've been pleased with that. The nice thing is when a guy's successful, puts more pressure on the other guy, then he's been responding. So now the ball will bounce over to Elliott's side tomorrow.
How are you going to split up the preseason games?
I know how we do that. I'm not going to reveal that.
How's it help having crowds here yelling and cheering and everything? How's it a little more noise for them?
No, I think it's been great. I mean, it's obviously a different environment, obviously, than what we were doing at Augusta Silence. But it's been a real positive thing. I think the other thing that we're trying to get to is the clapping, to get it non-existent. I think it was a little bit more of a golf clap, and if you get it to that, that means they expect you to make it. So that's what we're trying to get it to.
Chris, with the alternating days, what have you seen these guys put into each day to prepare for that? How have they gone about it?
It'd be just like game day. I mean, it's their day. They have all night to think about it, get prepared. They don't know exactly what the scenarios are going to be when they come out here, but I mean, it's really make or miss, do or die, and it's been real positive because on our side, you never know how a guy's going to react when he becomes the guy. So we're putting him in those spots.
So do you not want the teammates to clap when they make kicks? Is that what you're
No, I'm not saying that.
Matt explained to us this dealer's choice element.
Yep.
Can you explain
Yeah,
what that's about and how that goes?
Dealer's choice is basically I have a set number that we're going to kick, and if they do well through the set, then they get to pick it and go from there. But it also translates into his warm-up. I watch the warm-up, and he has to hit well there also. If he's not hitting as well, then he just has to hit his regular set.
So we've seen a lot of dealer's choice out here. What do you enjoy about that back and forth, and when the guy gets a chance
I want to see the guys, and I want to make it realistic. You know, I mean, today a little breeze at his back, so you went longer. But you have to be able to hit those long field goals. I mean, let's face it. I mean, Zerline hit a 60-yarder in the NFC Championship game, so that's real, and we have to be able to know if they can do that or not.
He hit the 60-yarder. Before that, he misses the 55-yarder.
Yep.
On the 55-yarder, what
I just thought he got underneath it a little bit, kind of, I guess so to speak, a little chunky on the deal, and just didn't hit it as clean. But I didn't. It still merited a dealer's choice.
You're getting a lot of kicks, obviously, in practice. They may not get a lot in the preseason. How much value do you put on the games versus practice when they may not get that many?
Well, to me, every kick matters. So to me, it's the same. It's an evaluation. Just because we go out under lights and in uniforms and those type of things, I mean, that doesn't mean anything to me. It's you got to make your kicks. So everything's the same.
Chris, some of that Doppler technology during the spring to help you measure some other things. Do you have that stuff with you at camp that helps?
No, not right now. We don't.
When you talk about measuring velocity, what is the range of a good velocity for a kicker?
Oh, it varies. It varies by kicker, and it's kind of broken up into like the top 5 kickers and medium range kickers. So it's.
What's the low bar?
Oh gosh, off the top of my head, I can't remember off the top of my head. I haven't memorized those analytics on that.
Chris, it feels like since they got to Bourbonnais, that competition has amped up a little bit, and maybe the results have been even better compared to at least what we were able to see in the spring. Is that accurate, and why do you think that is?
I think it is. I mean, to a man, OTA performance wasn't good enough, and they understand that, and we're out front with that, and they're performing. They got it. They can only control what they can control, and I think both guys are doing that. You know, we'll see how it plays out.
At least from our perspective, it seems.
Their competition with each other and the way they handled it surprised you. Did you expect them to be hitting them the way that they are, and especially under the attention?
To be honest with you, I did expect them to do well, and I know that when you go through this process, there's growing pains, and we've experienced that, and we're still experiencing it. But they're stepping up to it. I mean, it's for real now. This isn't OTAs where you miss some and hey, let's go tweak a few things. I need to make my kicks. Days are limited, games are limited. I mean, we're going to still play on Thursday night against Green Bay, and we're going to need a kicker.
How much influence?
It wasn't a bonus for Elliott for hitting those kicks in the rain on Monday, but for you to see him make 8 out of 10 in those conditions, did that add anything extra to what he did?
Thought that was awesome. I mean, obviously, when you wake up on Sunday morning at the hotel and going to Soldier Field, you're not exactly sure what the weather's going to be. We're really not concerned about the weather. I mean, you have to play it. I thought he did a great job with that, and that shows you something. But to be honest with you, a kicker in Chicago is supposed to do that.
I should probably figure this out from the context of what you were saying, but you said it was a little bit Piniero's 55 5-yard a little chunky. What is that terminology?
I just thought he hit it a little fat. It just got underneath it a little bit as opposed to hitting it, let's call it clean.
Chris, since April, what has left an impression on you about CP in the return game?
He's just he's pro's pro. You know exactly what you're going to get. But I like his strength. I like how he catches the ball. I like the things that he gives us in the return game.
Do you feel pretty secure with both return positions, obviously with the guys you got back there who have done it at a high level?
I do. I hope you do too.
How much influence that he thinks that Cordarrelle is kind of like a souped-up version of Tariq Cohen? Do you see similarities between them?
I hate comparing players, but a player in my past that CP kind of reminds me of is like a Cribbsy, Josh Cribbs. Big and strong downhill, not afraid, but they all have their own little things to them. But he's a good player.
Chris,
as we look at
it seems like things are even for the most part. You know, both kickers have performed pretty well. If it remains that way through camp, how do you separate? How do you eventually make a decision?
Oh, there'll be other factors, but I hope it comes to that. I mean, their job is to make our job tough, and that's what you want. So if it comes down to that, that's a good thing.
Because as we look at some of the position battles going on that maybe teams will impact, how has Javon Wims developed to the point where he might be able to help you?
I think he's gotten better in our area, and he's worked hard at that from this time last year to right now. So I'm excited for him just to keep developing, and we'll see how it plays out.
In what ways?
Just his blocking, his understanding of playing special teams. A lot of guys have never ever played special teams before, so just understanding the rules and understanding why I'm dropping the way I am to influence this person, yada, yada, yada. I mean, now he has a grasp of that, so that helps him.
How much influence will Jamie Cole have on the final say of which kicker stays here?
I'm sorry, how much what?
How much influence? Like, you know, what is his role in the evaluation?
His role is just like it was in the spring. He's going to help. He's helping us on the field. He'll be here periodically, but this will be our decision. All right, thank you, everybody.
See you next week right here. All right. Thanks, guys. There he is. Oh. Yeah, he didn't seem to be in the best of spirits.
Larry, hey Larry. Larry Mayer. Here, I'll jump in on this.
Yeah, he didn't want to do it.
Did you give out all the paper?
Yeah, he didn't want to
I'll
do it.
take
Incoming.
Taylor, year two expectations incredibly high. Where do you feel the difference already in training camp?
The communication from the wide receivers to the QB room. We watch film together, and the dialogue, it feels good. It sounds good. We're thinking the same thing out there. Even out there, the quarterback and the receivers, we're all seeing the same thing. And I feel comfortable. Mitch feels comfortable. And I feel like we can just adjust if we see anything. But it's a drastic change from last year.
Matt was saying there's no defense he'd rather have you guys going up against
Yeah.
than your own. How are they sharpening you guys already?
I mean, just the different things that they give you. I mean, the D-line, they're not stopping for anybody, so it's going to speed a lot of things up. And also, in Mitch's mind, it's going to speed his reads up. And if he wasn't comfortable, he wouldn't be able to make those. And he has the whole training camp. So it's an amazing defense, best defense in the league. And to go against those guys every day is pivotal for us.
How hard does it make it to take steps and improve going against them every day?
It's not hard. I mean, it's like you're taking a test every day, and if you pass, I mean, we're having a good day. But at the end of the day, it's football. You're always gonna have things that kind of trip you up a little bit. But at the end of the day, I feel like we've been having a good training camp.
Is this a friendly competition between wide receivers because camp has so many talented, skilled players?
It should always be a competition between wide receiver. If you're the best wide receiver in the league, or if you're the worst wide receiver in the league, it should always be competition at wide receiver.
How do you think it's going?
Oh, it's going good. It's going good. Competition is always good. Everybody wants to make that big play. Everybody wants to be seen. Everybody wants to be that guy. So, I mean, and that's how it should be.
Has Kareth White earned a spot in the fastest man competition with you and Tariq Cohen in terms of what you've seen?
I had to see it a little bit more. He got to show me a little bit more.
What do you make of the kicking competition as a team? Are you guys paying attention to that more than you maybe ever have?
I mean, it's their decision, and for us to just look at it, we do nothing but back those guys up. They're a part of this team, and we talk to those guys every day. And just to have those confidence in the kickers, and for them to be making these long kicks, that's what I was asking. I was like, geez, dudes, these are some long kicks that you guys are making. So it just builds their confidence and builds our confidence in them. So I feel like it's nothing but healthy competition.
Are you guys watching? Glancing over at field goals maybe a little more now than you ever have in a camp?
No, not really, man. Just because we just focus on the next play and what we have to do. But at the end of the day, it's a field goal. I mean, if they have been making them, so at the same time, it does kind of feel good that they've been making them. So.
Taylor, the past 2 years, what has Coach Furry done to help bring a little bit more out of you?
Out of me, just becoming more of a leader, just becoming more selfless, being that guy that shows up early and leaves late, and kind of just helping the guys and bringing the guys up. And that's a role that I have to be. I have to be that person just because the experience. I've been to a Super Bowl, and I know what that type of team looks like, and I know the efficiency of it. Walkthroughs are not walkthroughs. Walkthroughs are walkthrough before a game. So everything is just tic-tac and being serious, and he's helped me become more of a leader.
How so? How did he get that message into you to kind of bring that up a little bit?
Because coming from where I came from, I've never been like that guy in a sense. I was behind Julio and Sanu and Miles Austin and Hawk. So now when I come here, I'm that guy. I have that type of experience to tell these guys, you have to lock in. We need those plays. I mean, I know it's just practice, and you false start in practice, but if you're doing it in practice, you're going to do it in the game. So it's just being serious and taking everything like it's a game. So.
Taylor, you seem particularly engaged with fans, teammates, just even more so than last year. Do you have a certain comfort level in your second year that just is making this even a better experience, the training camp part of it?
Yeah. I'm very comfortable. Bourbonnais was different for me last year, but now I'm comfortable. I know where all the food spots at. In the media and the fans, it's just those guys enjoying, man, and having fun and just meeting us in person. And I love Chicago. Everything about it. Everything last year was amazing, from the fans to the media, you guys. It's been amazing since I've been here.
And is the leadership thing, is that have you grown into that naturally? The leadership. I mean, is that within your personality? Is that typical of your personality to kind of become that leader? Do you expect to do it even more this year?
Yeah, definitely. Not saying that I'm just a vocal leader. I'm going to give you this amazing Ray Lewis rah-rah speech, but at the same time, it's doing it. It's doing it every play, going out there every play and grinding, man. Like, if those guys see me grinding, working hard every play, they have no choice but to go and do the same thing. So it's just being a leader in the sense of just physically going out there and do it.
Taylor, do you have plays this summer that have shown your growth within the playbook and your rapport with Mr. Trubisky, just kind of plays that maybe you wouldn't have made last summer?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of things of just the leverage of the DBs. He's feeling that, and also I'm feeling that. I mean, I'm not having to really just kind of look at him and give him the eye like Mitch. You know what I mean? He can feel that already, and that just gives us more confidence within each other. So, like I said, man, it's a drastic step from coming in here last year, first year of the offense. So.
You said the defense is helping you guys get better. Does it ever hit a point, though, where you're frustrated, where you guys are out there running routes, you turn around and Mac has the ball back to back?
No, that's football. If you get frustrated with that play, it's going to linger over into the next play. So it's like golf, man. If you shank, you know what I mean? If you shank a golf shot, you can't keep thinking about it. You gotta let that go. So that's one thing that's helping us. As long as we get to the next play, man, grind and make a big play. So it's very exciting going against their defense.
At some point in almost any training camp, everybody wants to hit somebody else and play against somebody. Have you reached that point earlier than normal, maybe, to face another defense and just see something different?
I mean, yeah, of course, because you want different leverages, you want different this, but in training camp, man, you kind of get used to that person and used to those tendencies, and kind of just get bored with it. But at the same time, man, you just come out here and grind every day and just find little things to fine tune. So.
Taylor, coach said that you guys don't play tight, they don't coach tight. How beneficial is it for you to just kind of keep a loose environment around you and the rest of the receivers?
I always try to keep it loose, man. Come out if it's dancing, if it's just making jokes in the huddle, you kind of have to keep that loose environment. But at the same time, coach said he keeps it loose, but it falls on us. It falls on the leaders to kind of keep it efficient and keep it clean. Just like I was saying, if you false start, it's loose. I mean, you're not getting penalized for it as of right now, but at the same time, it's serious. So like I said, man, it just falls on us.
Taylor, any chance you and Tariq are going to have a match race before camp's over?
I mean, it's really no point of us racing. You know who would win. You're a smart guy. You're a smart guy.